Orchestra.
All right. You don't know how lucky you are. You really don't know how lucky you are. The only reason that I'm here today is because I've got 3 kids under the age of 11 and school was off today. I had to get out of the house. That is not true. That is not true, but we do have a saying in my house that if you're not yelling at your kids, you're just not spending enough time with them. So with that introduction, let's have some fun with your items. All right, where is Ruby? Raise your hand. Hi, Ruby. How you doing? About this item, I'm going to hold it up. First off, I want to congratulate this audience because in the history of me doing these shows, that's 10 years, and I do about 50 of these shows a year. So in 500 shows, this audience of about 50 people in Salisbury, Maryland, brought more weapons than any other crowd ever. What does that say about Salisbury? And of course, weighted instruments are encouraged here at Village at Harbor Pointe. We encourage you to bring in swords, carry them around with you. That's not true, is it? That's not true. No, it's not true. Ruby, tell us about this.
It belonged to my uncle's wife, my husband's uncle. She passed away.
Your husband's
Uncle's wife.
What is that? Anybody, real quick? Second ex?
Whatever.
Stepmother once removed? Okay.
She passed away, so it went to her husband. Then he passed away, and it went to my husband. He passed away, and I have it.
This is like the Black Widow sword.
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Ruby, you got this. But that's not as interesting as that story is, ladies and gentlemen, that is not the interesting part of this, is it?
No.
There's something more interesting about this, isn't it?
Yes, President Roosevelt fenced with it. According to the
Teddy
inscription.
Roosevelt fenced with this fencing saber. This is Teddy Roosevelt's fencing saber. Now tell me that's not cool. That's really cool.
There's
So
inscription on the handle.
I'm sorry?
There's inscription on the little base there. It's hard to see.
Right here.
Yes.
This says property of Harbor Pointe Village. What? Have y'all, Jody? Have y'all been? No. This is, okay, so let's talk about this. So Ruby, I think if you wanted to sell that sword, I think you could get around $6,000.
Wow.
If I was selling the sword, if I was a dealer and I was going to sell that sword, I would mark it at least $15,000. And it's quite possible you get more than the $6,000. So Ruby, thank you so much for bringing. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Ralph. How you doing, Ralph? How many of you guys know Ralph? Anybody else in here know Ralph? Ralph's an old friend of mine. I did some work for him about a year ago, and he came in. It was good to see you again, Ralph. So Ralph brought in, let me move it to the front. Ralph, tell us about this.
That's been in the Summers family for over 200 years, I know.
Oh, it's been in the Summers family for over 200 years. Okay.
I bought that when I was either 12 or 13 years old, and I won't tell you how many years ago that was.
Wait, did you say you bought it?
Yes.
I thought you said it was in the Summers family for over 200 years.
It was, but I bought it from my grandfather's first cousin, whose name was Gertrude Summers.
All right, grandfather's first cousin. We need someone here that knows families. What is that? Grandfather's first cousin? That's got to be a niece second twice removed or something
Right.
like that. My God, these family connections. Okay. So, Ralph, we have this.
Anyway,
set.
Miss Gertie was selling off everything out of her house to move into a retirement home. That's many, many years ago.
Yes, sir.
Miss Gertie died at the age of 105.
I think we'd all take 105. I would take 105. Sign me up right now. Okay.
And believe it or not, I have the entire set. That's
All
just two pieces of it.
All right, so we have the wash bowl and pitcher. So this is what you put your beer in.
Right.
Okay? And then what else do we have? We have
I have a smaller pitcher.
a smaller pitcher for your liquor. Okay.
Yeah. I have a round soap dish with the lid that goes on it.
A round soap dish to wash up after you drank all that liquor.
Right.
Okay.
I have a shaving mug.
A shaving mug to look nice after you've washed up. Okay, so now you can go to church.
And a toothbrush holder.
So you don't have any bad breath. Okay, great.
And I have the chamber pot.
And we all know what that's for, okay?
And I also have the slop jar that goes with it.
Just in case the first pot wasn't enough, we have a second pot.
Right.
Okay. My God. Okay, so that's pretty impressive right there. The summer's wash, bowl, and pitcher set. All right. I'm sorry? She says $2,000. Would you take $2,000, Ralph?
Yeah, I would take $2,000 for
He
it.
says he'll take it. Is that going to be check or cash? Cash!
Good.
Cash! Oh, no, check. Okay. You should wait for me to put the value on it. It might be less than $2,000. Okay, in fact, what I wrote down is that I think if Ralph wanted to sell the set, he could probably shoot for about $500 because that's what that would sell for at an auction, and the retail on that whole set, $1,500. Or you could find somebody to pay $2,000. But that's what it's worth. Retail $1,500, wholesale $500. Give Ralph a round of applause. Thank you, Ralph. Connie, what do we know about these?
That one I don't know.
What card game did your dad win this in?
Well, my dad was strong arm for John L. Lewis.
He was what?
Strong arm for John L. Lewis, the union organizers in the mines.
He was a strong arm. What does that mean? Like a bodyguard?
He used to do the fighting. His nickname was Bo Borowski. So
What was his nickname?
Bo Borowski.
Bo Borowski. So he professionally beat people up that was weaker than him.
Yes.
That's basically what he did. He was a professional bully, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that town when
I
the
don't know if I'd go around bragging about that, actually, the more I think about it.
that town when the FBI used to come in town, they used to blow the horn so everybody knew that the FBI was there.
Just think, if he was alive today, he could go work for Donald Trump right now.
There you go.
There you go, my one political joke. So we have an emerald ring here. It's about 2 carats, square cut. Looks Colombian. The best color for an emerald is what they call a grass green color. Colombian emeralds are the best. If you're going to get something out of Colombia, cocaine or emeralds, folks. One of the two. That's what you want.
Coke,
Take your pick, but
the Coke doesn't last.
Hey! Ba-dum-bum! She said the Coke doesn't last nearly as long. Spoken like someone who really knows exactly how long that Coke lasts. Okay, so what we have here is a 2-carat, 1.5 to 2 carat emerald and diamond ring set on platinum. Retail of $4,500, wholesale of about $1,500. Very nice. Round of applause.